What's up, guys? My name is Aaron. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Big Sick. The Big Sick is directed by Michael Showalter and it's written by Kumail Nanjiani and Emily V. Gordon. It's basically about this young Pakistani man played by Kumail Nanjiani. He's a stand-up comedian that's kind of struggling in Chicago. He has his friends and stuff. He kind of has his family that he kind of deals with and stuff. While he's doing stand-up, he meets this girl, Emily, who's played by Zoe Kazan. And they kind of have like a whirlwind relationship where they kind of get to know each other and stuff. And they kind of break up for a little bit and then finds out that she has like an illness or something. And they kind of fight the illness. The doctors put her under like a medically induced coma. And then the movie is really focused on like Kumail kind of reconciling with her family and stuff and trying to win them over and stuff like that, while he's also trying to find his real true feelings about like life and relationships and stuff like that. I was looking forward to it. I think Kumail Nanjiani is really funny in like shows like Silicon Valley and stuff. I think he has a really different kind of perspective on comedy and stuff, so I was looking forward to this. And the cast is pretty good too. Like Zoe Kazan is always like a welcome presence in movies and stuff. And I do think that Romano and Holly Hunter, they're really good actors too. So I was looking forward to this because I think that people behind it are really good. I think this is actually one of the best comedies of the year. A little bit weird, I guess, the structuring of it, but I think it's overall one of the most like pleasing experiences you'll have in the movies, I think, for a comedy. I definitely think this is a movie that gets better as it goes along. In the first like 30 minutes is really focused on him doing stand-up and, you know, trying to navigate his relationship with his family and the dating and stuff like that. I was fine with the stuff where like he was dating Emily. Like I thought that was really well done. I thought that Nanjiani and Kazan had really good chemistry together. It really felt really natural and believable together. I thought that was really interesting. And I think that his family stuff is really interesting too. Like when he was talking about his family and like how they kind of have these prearranged girls that kind of go over to the house and they try to force to date him and stuff like that. I thought that was really interesting, kind of seeing that perspective of family life in a Muslim household. But I think the stand-up part is where I kind of lose attention. I mean, like, I like stand-up and like comedy and stuff, but I feel like I'm kind of worn out by all these shows and movies that are kind of dealing with like performing comedy and stuff. There's like so much in media right now that's about that, and I feel like this movie didn't really do anything that different with it. I know it's based on Nanjiani's life and he is the one that wrote it, so it makes sense why he has it in the movie, but it really didn't grab me that much. I like some of his friends that are kind of there, like Bo Burnham and A.D. Bryant. I thought they had some really cool like scene-stealing scenes, and I think there's a scene where it kind of takes into his race, like somebody heckling. I thought that was a really well done scene, but outside of that, it just felt very kind of generic. Like I already expect all this stuff from comedy, so that was kind of like the weaker aspects of it. It's focused on the stand-up and performing comedy aspect of it. But I do think once Kazan's illness is kind of revealed, and then she's kind of out of the picture, and it kind of becomes like this weird, like begrudging cringe comedy about Nanjiani and her parents kind of interacting. I think that's where it really kind of excels. I think that Ray Romano and Holly Hunter are really good actors, and I think they really brought a lot to the roles that they were given. Ray Romano kind of plays this stereotypical, you know, like really genial, really chill dude that's just so naturally fun. He just seems like you just want to like hang out with, but he does have like this kind of darker backstory that kind of comes out, and I think he really played that really well. I think Holly Hunter is probably the best part of the movie. She's just like so electric in this movie. She's like this kind of protective, really energetic southern protective like mother of Kazan's character, and you can just feel that with every single scene. It just feels like she's just gonna like snap at any moment. She does play that like on the surface really well, but you can really tell that there's a lot of like vulnerability beneath the surface and stuff. I think that she plays that really well. There's a scene where Nanjiani was doing stand-up, and I think that scene is really good. You'll know it when you see it, and I think that that scene is really entertaining, and I think that of the cast, I think if I was going to name like a standout, it would definitely be Holly Hunter. Yeah, so the aspects with her parents were definitely like the more interesting of the movie. I think once it kind of turns into that, it gets a little bit more interesting to me. Because it feels like something that really, I don't know, hasn't really happened in movies and stuff, so it kind of feels different. I could see some people being like kind of turned off by that kind of abrupt switch, but I thought it was really well done. I also think that his family life is really interesting too, like how they're kind of in this kind of strict religion and stuff like that, and they really want him to date like a Pakistani girl. I think like his tendencies to kind of try to go for a more American life, and then his clashes with his family stuff was really interesting. Yeah, I just thought it was like really like different. I think that I just like different perspectives of movies, and I think that that was really kind of handled really well and really kind of thought provoking. Plus, I think the movie's like really funny too. Like I think the funniest are probably like Ray Romano, Holly Hunter, Bo Burnham. I think they're probably like the standouts of like the supporting characters. And then Nanjiani just plays off of them so well, like the way that he just kind of reacts so straight and just like so like normally. Like he plays a straight man so well in this movie, and like I just like his like kind of weird perspective on things, and I think that he's a really good straight man, and that part was really appreciated with the movie. I do think that whenever Nanjiani and Kazan are kind of on screen together, they do have really good chemistry, and I think that kind of propelled me to like the movie a little bit more in the beginning, while it was kind of a little bit more generic and kind of more focused on the stand-up, I guess. I think they really do have really good chemistry, and I do think that the family aspects of the movie were different, and I do like that different perspective on like family life and stuff. The stand-up stuff was kind of the thing that's more my problem. I think that that was just kind of more generic and stuff. I get why it's in it because it's his life, but I think I'm just more burnt out on like performing comedy in movies and stuff. And I do think that the structure of the movie can be kind of weird to people, because if you're expecting like a you know, an indie romantic comedy, it's really not that for like a majority of the movie. You can kind of be twisted into thinking that it is. But I think overall, I really did enjoy it. It's really funny, has a lot of really good performances, and with Holly Hunter being like a standout to me. And I think that it's really thought-provoking with its like thoughts on love, relationship, family, and just like life in general. So yeah, overall, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. I definitely think this is probably one of the funnier movies of the year, and definitely something you could check out. So yeah, those are my thoughts on The Big Sick. What are your guys' thoughts? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments what you thought, and thanks for watching. Thanks, guys.